So greetings from Geneva, from the World Meteorological Organization. We are the United Nations Specialized Agency of Weather, Climate and Water. And our members are providing lots of services for transport sector, for road transportation, marine transportation, air transportation, and also rail transportation. So our members are very much serving the interest of your organization in that way. We are also dealing with climate change. So we are the specialized agency on climate, and we are also hosting IPCC, which provides climate reports on a regular basis. And so far we know that climate change really proceeds, and the impact of human emissions, it's very clear. We have been breaking records in carbon dioxide concentrations recently. We have exceeded so-called critical level of 400 ppm. Now we have been observing 415 ppm at our stations. And temperature has been rising by 1.1 degree since the 19th century. And there's clearly a boost in the climate change what has been happening during the past decades. Glaciers are melting in a speedier manner. For example, the Greenland glacier is melting very rapidly, and we have also melted 75% of the sea ice mass from the Arctic, which is of course offering new shipping routes for the Arctic through this northeastern and northwestern passage, and this sea area is supposed to be open around 2040s. And sea level rise has been observed 26 centimeters so far. And we have started seeing growing amount of unusual weather events, typhoons, hurricanes, and this is following partly the rise in global ocean temperatures. And we have started seeing a growing amount of heat waves, drought, forest fires, and also flooding problems, which are also causing problems for your sector. And you are one of the key players when it comes to emissions. I was actually putting a tie on with the cars on it, and your sector is producing about 1/3 of the carbon emissions worldwide. So this road transportation and marine transportation, they are key players in finding a solution to this problem. And recently we have learned that the most likely next president of the United States is going to be Joe Biden, and that means that large parts of global key players, they are committed to the goals of Paris Agreement, and USA, China, South Korea, European Union and Japan, they have recently indicated that they would like to become carbon neutral either by 2050 or 2060. And that means that we expect to see a global movement which will start fairly soon, where we will look at all of the sectors: energy sector, transport sector, industry, and also the agriculture sector, and find ways to become carbon neutral. And this is also happening very much in the private sector. Growing amount of private sector actors and also finance sector, they are proceeding. And of course our young people are very much concerned what's happening, and it's growing amount of movements among the young people who will live with these consequences of climate change. We will see climate crises during the latter half of this century if we fail with the climate mitigation. But there's still a good chance to be successful in mitigation, and action in your sector is also very much needed and welcome. And I would urge you to act before things get really bad, and there are opportunities to change the fuels and means of transportation, and I'm convinced that this is going to be also good for the business. So you also have to demonstrate your ability to be part of this solution. With these words, I would like to thank you for the opportunity to address you, and I would be happy to see you physically here in Geneva once this COVID situation is over, and I would be happy to address you at your forthcoming event here in Geneva. Thank you.